Okay, bowl cut. What are we gonna do today?
Are we ready?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So I don't want to start with so. Let me start with another word.
Okay.
Duh. In light of it being Hallows Eve, which I think it is.
Spooky-ween. Spooky wiener.
Our plan is to talk about Stranger Things.
Sure is.
2. And
2.
there's no way we can talk about it unless I demonstrate for our audience, our vast audience, what it's like to have an 80s hairstyle. Because all the kids in the show have
And this is the finished
hairstyles. Product
that you're
looking at. And this is the finished product. This shit hair. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do my hair and explain what you need to do your hair, like me. And you're gonna recap season 1.
Yeah, I'll try my best.
But before we begin,
okay,
we need to go over some ground rules.
Oh my god.
Specifically,
holy crap.
we need to talk about the products you need in order to do your hair like an 80s person. And I'm an 80s person. I was around in the 80s.
As you can tell.
So nowadays, most people get away with things like, and this is kind of dirty, it's gross.
Oh.
Things like defining paste.
Yeah.
And things like molding clay.
Definitely gross.
Very gay, but very...
Don't you use that?
I do.
Oh.
And another thing I really like using is Layrite.
Oh, that stuff is
Layrite.
That stuff is good.
This is a pomade, which... Ow! Cut that out. That's gonna get really dank in here. Oh, hang on.
Yeah.
Before we continue, just hang tight for a second.
Oh, Jesus.
So the Layrite is like a gel.
Yeah.
And that's what the young hipsters are using.
Yeah.
And then some people use this stuff. My favorite store is Lush. And
I know.
And I usually walk into Lush with my purse. And then they're like, "Hello, ma'am." And I'm like, "Oh, that's interesting." No, that's actually your friend that did that. And it's like that. Basically, some guy named Manuel jerks off into this thing, and then I put it in my hair. So
why is it so thick?
Yeah, it tastes good too.
Oh God! All right.
So that's what a normal human would use.
Human
in 2017, but in 1980 we were using different things. For instance, we used to use Les Mousse.
Les Mousse or just mousse?
$1 off instantly. I didn't get my dollar off. This is bullshit. So this is mousse.
That's what you get for not reading.
You need some fructus hair cement because your hair can't move because it's 1980.
Is that a rule? You just can't move your hair?
Hair can't move.
Okay.
It's a rule. It was an unwritten rule. You need lots of Brill cream.
Why does that one look so gross? Why does this one look... Why does that one look like it's...
This was me daddy's. It got passed down to me.
Really?
Yeah, it's my daddy's.
That's... Alright.
You need some finishing spray, which is hairspray.
Okay, cool.
See?
Let's squirt that in your eyes, why don't you?
And this actually comes from the 1980s, this one, because it's actually ozone depleting. So when you spray it, it's actually...
ozone depleting?
It just depletes the ozone.
Should we be using that?
Yes.
Okay.
First thing I'm going to do, if you haven't noticed, my hair is a little bit grayish.
Yeah, because
there's a little bit of grays in there. So I'm going to get the grays out using this. I found this in the store.
This is less spooky, more hair tutorial.
And apparently this is root cover-up. Women use this to cover up their roots.
So this 45-year-old man is going to use it.
So no one likes a gray-haired old bag more than me. Right? I love those milfs. So I'm going to spray this on. In the meantime, while I'm spraying this on, you can just discuss something.
Oh,
Stranger Things
okay.
1.
You want me to recap it?
Recap the cast.
Recap the cast.
Jesus.
Oh my god, it's like a jet.
Is it working?
I don't know. I'm scared for my life.
Tell me if I'm getting the grades.
It's definitely hitting your head.
I'm supposed to shake this. Shake well.
Wow. Okay, that makes sense. So it stars Finn Wolfhard, Billy Bob Thornton,
Billy Bob Thornton,
Millie Billy Bobby, Millie Billy Bob, David Harbour, Winona Ryder.
David Harper.
I think your favorite character, I think his name is Gatton Matarazzo.
When it comes to Millie Bob Thornton, I am not going to go, hey, because that would be wrong. But for Winona Ryder, I would.
Yeah.
And maybe David Harbour.
Did you see the video where they got like an award and Winona Ryder looked like she was just so high on drugs?
Because she is.
Probably. Wasn't she the one who
Look
was...
at my hair, it's great.
Oh my god, it's kind of working maybe.
I'm gonna be beautiful. Anyways, I hope this comes out. I'm gonna look like a freak.
That's okay.
Blackface. Hey, actually.
You look just like Lucas, the black kid. Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't want it on my forehead.
Do you want to...
Winona Ryder's been around forever.
Yeah, wasn't she caught like shoplifting or whatever?
Sucks. I don't know, on my forehead. It doesn't come off either. She was, I thought.
It was a big thing where she was shoplifting.
She used to be
very rich.
Keanu Reeves' chick too.
Really? Like in the movies or like in
real life? You were seeing each other.
IRL? Oh, I didn't know that.
My ears
Fascinating.
black.
So, first season, it kind of it's very Goonies feel. Introduced to like this super secret base, and they're messing with psionic powers, and Billy Bob Thornton, Millie Bob character Elle, she opens like a portal to another dimension. That's kind of like a
pork hole.
It's
a pork hole.
It's like a negative version of our world, and she opened it, and a spooky monster with like predator face comes out, and
it's called the Upside Down.
I know that's yeah.
Oh, sorry.
All right. Then the spooky monster comes out, and it steals one of the Goonie friends, Will.
Good Will Hunting.
Will, and he's...
Bad Will Hunting.
Will really wasn't in the first season a whole lot. And then it's basically the Goonie kids run into Elle, and they're trying to stop the organization and stop the monster.
The orgasm. All right. So I'll be right back.
Oh my god!
Thing, right?
Look at that.
This is the stupidest jacket.
Oh.
You know I got this on sale.
Really today?
Yeah.
Really? Oh yeah, look at that. There's the
I didn't get it today.
Oh, you just happen to have the tag on it.
Cost me $50.
That's not bad, I guess, for this.
All right. So I'm curious to know something.
Okay.
Actually, before we talk about that.
All right, never mind.
You can't have an 80s hairstyle without a striking Viking comb.
Do you have to cross the
story behind this?
Cross the border to get that comb?
I have to go to the United States to get this striking Viking comb. So we have to comb the hair. The hair doesn't even go through the teeth because there's so much dark stuff in my hair now. And if I go to work like this, I'm probably going to get fired. I wonder what the hell is wrong with me. So there's the start.
Ridiculous. Oh my god. You look like Liam Neeson in all the Taken movies.
I look like David Harbour.
Soy sauce hair. Oh my god.
That hurts. Stupid hair.
Alright, Adolf.
She's taken. She's taken. Took her.
She's been tooken.
Tooken. Darn tootin' took.
We'll start our own movie franchise. Goodwill
Tooken.
Goodwill.
Oh, I got stuff in my eye. I think I sprayed it in my eye.
That can't be good.
I'm curious to know. So we talked about Winona Ryder being a freak, and David Harbour. I don't know anything about him. Is he a child actor? Who is he?
I don't know, actually.
He just appeared, and I was like, David Harbour? Meet Hellboy.
I'm sure he's one of those actors who's been in, like, small minor roles that we just, when looking back, we'll be like, oh yeah, I guess that was David Harbour. You know?
So one of the things that you need to do with your hair is you got to make sure it's healthy. And what I use is some wound cleaner. This is good for making sure your hair is, you know, free of any
wounds.
Or your scalp. Because, you know, sometimes you're picking away at your scalp, right?
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes, like, chunks come out. And so you want to make sure that you don't have any wounds on your head before you start.
I really hope chunks of your scalp do not come out.
It's looking good.
Oh, so Jesus.
Easy.
Your water bottle scared the hell out of me.
It's looking good. It's looking good.
This is really spooky.
So
you look like Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man 3.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like
yeah. You could be You're like Tobey Maguire 40 years later.
Tobey Maguire now. Tell me more. I mean, you told me, like, there's a bunch of kids, but I'm like, I don't know who these kids are. Who are these kids? Where did they come from? Why are they here?
What do you mean, why are they here?
I don't know.
Their parents probably had sex, and that's why they're here.
Which is your favorite, would you say?
I would say Dustin.
That's the kid without the teeth?
With the deformity, yes.
Okay. And these kids are all best buds, apparently. Sort of like the South Park kids.
Well, I said like the Goonies. Kind of.
Like the Goonies.
Like the Goonies.
Directions. Shake well.
You did that. That's good. I wouldn't say the kids in South Park are like best buds. They're kind of jerks to each other.
That's true.
Although
these kids aren't really jerks to each other. They're pretty good to each other.
No, yeah, they're pretty good friends, except in the first one. Mike and Lucas get into a fight.
This black stuff's on my forehead. So the next thing you need to do, and it's coming off on my hand. So what you need to do next is you need to get some volume going, because in 1980 it was all about the volume.
Okay.
So what you got to do is you got to put a little bit of this in your hand. What the shit?
Oh my god. A little bit. Oh my god.
It's dripping.
So
you got to put it in your hair.
Oh, it's
shit. And you got to move it around a little bit. And if there's not enough, you got to add a little bit to it. It's a little slippery here.
You look like a freaking insane person. There is
That's better.
foam all over the floor and on your jacket.
Well, you got to make sure you get it in there, right? You got to get the foam in there, because this is what gives you the volume, right? You got to get lots of volume.
Yeah, you just got to...
volume.
You're a crazy person.
Now what you got to do is take your striking Viking brush.
Yeah.
And you got to blow dry your hair a little bit here. So this is going to be noisy.
Okay.
Actually, another option if you don't have a hairdryer is this.
Compressed air. That's gotta be good for the environment.
Everything we did in the 80s was good for the environment.
I don't believe it. Oh, the lights.
So you gotta work it through. You gotta build up that volume, right?
Yeah.
So I remember in Stranger Things.
Yeah.
All I really remember is that girl, Millie Bobby Brown, going to like a restaurant. Because I guess she somehow escapes the lab, is that right?
Yeah. She escapes the lab and then she seeks refuge. And that guy feeds her. And then he
dies.
Yeah, and then they kill him.
Are we allowed to talk spoilers?
I mean,
for the first one, you idiots should have seen it already.
If you're watching this review for the second season, you should probably have seen the first one.
Yeah. You don't want to use that.
I don't know what that was.
That was like hair developer.
Oh, yeah, probably not.
This isn't working out the way I anticipated. It's a lot more moisture than I hoped for. It's really damp. You want to feel how damp it is?
I would rather not. No, I don't want to touch that.
From somewhere. Foam must have been coming off for me. I think it's starting to dry out. You can see the volume starting. A lot of volume. This is what you want 1980s. It was all about the volume. But shit. It was falling. And you have to remember that it used to take you about 4 hours to do your hair in the 1980s. Nowadays, people just cut it short or put a hat on or something, but...
Is that true?
Yeah, not in the 1980s. No, sir. Look at that. Still really wet. Really, really wet. I'm going to stop for a minute because my hand's sore. So tell me more.
Tell me more. I don't know, man.
And while you're telling me more, I'm going to put some Brill cream in.
Okay.
This stuff, it says massage a small amount thoroughly through the scalp. This is kind of like a... How do you describe Brill cream? It's like stuff your dad used to use.
What does it smell like?
It smells like an old man.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
I'm going to put a little bit...
Oh my god.
Oh. Oh, it's gross. Oh, it's so gross. Is there an expiry date on this? This was my daddy's. Ah. Oh, it's so gross.
It looks like butter.
Oh. It's hair butter.
Oh, it's gonna... Oh, yeah, that's gross.
Oh.
Dude.
Alright, so you gotta put a little bit on the hair.
Alright, that one's not as wet as
put that on. Just slide that in a little bit.
That's really gross.
What this is gonna give us is it's gonna give us a nice reflective coating.
Give us or you?
Give me a nice reflective coating.
You're gonna smell like old man.
And I'm gonna smell like old man.
Your hair is so shiny and wet right now.
It's great, eh? This was one of the looks from the 80s. This was like the Michael Jackson shiny wet look. The problem is I don't want it to be wet right now. But I can't seem to get the moisture out.
Michael Jackson.
It's got some goo. It's got a little bit of extra goo in it. Yeah, there we go. So that's looking good. Alright. How's that? Pretty good, huh?
You look like a mobster.
I gotta get that wetness out now. So then Millie Bobby Brown meets those boys. How does she meet those boys? I don't remember.
I think they find her. They find her in the woods.
Find her.
Yeah. They find her in the woods looking for Will.
Then they tied her up, turned her into their little toy,
her Jedi
rapey
powers.
Toy.
No, they found her, and then what's his face, Mike, and her start some sort of romantic relation.
Oh,
but
Mike?
Mike, Finn Wolfhard. But Lucas was the one who didn't trust her because she was causing trouble in the hood.
Which one was Lucas? Black Kid?
It's a black kid. Trouble in the neighborhood.
Alright, we're almost there. One of the last things we need to do with the hair...
The hair dries off.
Huh?
Hair dries off. You don't need to yell anymore.
Oh. We have to add the finishing spray. Oh, actually, there's two things we have to do.
Oh, okay.
One is the finishing spray.
Yeah.
What this does... Can I actually point that at my head? I was like... What? Actually, that's one way you can do it. You can do this and walk into it.
Like a cologne. Oh my god. Oh Jesus.
I swallowed some.
It smells real bad.
But you're better off just spraying it onto your head.
Oh, the 80s. Oh, thank you. Jesus Christ. What's the next step after this hard mess?
So I pretty much screwed the top of it up.
Okay.
But what I need to do, actually, I can do this side and this side. How's that? Like kind of a...
You look like Wolverine.
Kind of a do that and do that thing. There we go. That's not bad. So it's kind of cool, right?
Sure.
But you got to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. And that's where you get the hard cement out. So it says here...
Is it actual cement?
It's a polymer.
Alright, okay.
Gravity, it defies gravity.
Like a blizzard.
Yeah, I guess.
Like a Dairy Queen blizzard.
Kind of like how the flat Earth defies logic. Alright, so... It doesn't tell me what to do with it, so I'm just going to... I'm just going to go based on my experience.
Oh!
And put a little bit on
it's
to start.
See-through.
It's
very lubey.
So I'm going to do that with it first.
Oh, that's gross. You probably used too much.
I'm just going to put a little bit on the sides.
Oh, that's a lot. That's real shiny.
And I'm going to do this with it. And I'm... Like, you do that, right? You kind of do that. That's what we used to do in the 80s. Like,
Like a...
Just, yeah.
Well, it's because of all the cocaine, right?
Yeah.
Gary.
Like,
Alright, Gary Busey.
And you end up with black hands. I feel ill. My head is so heavy now.
It's so bitter.
My head is bitter.
Oh, the taste.
Oh, the taste of just whatever is on my head. Apparently, once it's done, this hair ain't going nowhere.
Okay, so do we have to dry it, or do we just let it set?
I'm not touching it anymore. I'm done. This is 1980, huh? 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 What do you think? Kind of 1980-ish?
Yeah, like if someone from the 1980s was 45 and tried to look like they were from the 1980s.
Pretty good, huh?
Yeah, sure. Let's go with yes.
Let's go review the Stranger Thing.
Okay.
2.
Okay.
Hey, welcome back.
Oh, we're starting for realsies.
We're starting.
Okay.
And if you are following along, you just finished watching me give myself a great 1980s hairstyle. It's kind of hard to see because we have no lights. But if you can see how nice and shiny it is.
It's gross. It's so gross. If you watched it, it was basically a pathetic recap of the first season, but it was mostly just you trying to recreate what you think is 1980s hair.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So watch it and pay us for
that.
that.
There'll probably be an annotation or a time mark to skip it if you don't want to see it. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
You should probably watch it. Probably. I don't know. It's up to you.
So should this be our intro?
No, this is whatever.
Are you going to do an intro? Like
just, yeah, sure.
Later on?
I guess, yeah.
All right. So this will be after that.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. Hi.
What's up, baby?
You going to review this with us? You know what we're talking about? Stranger Things 2.
Yeah.
Starring Finn Wolfhard.
Finn Wolfhard.
And Millie Bobby Brown. Who's the main star? Millie Bobby Brown?
It lists Winona Ryder as the main star for this season.
She's in quite a bit.
Winona Ryder. She's probably in it the most, I'd say.
Drugged out Winona Ryder. It's got Hellboy.
It's got David Harbour.
And it's got a bunch of other kids in it. Who's the kid with the teeth and the black kid?
Gatton Matarazzo, I believe, is Dustin.
Dustin, one of my favorites.
And
he's looking it up.
And
a bunch of other people. Paul Reiser is in this year. Paul Reiser, pretty famous guy, plays a doctor in this one.
Yeah.
Different than the last kind of guy. I don't know if the last guy was a doctor in Stranger Things 1. He was in charge.
Like the bad guy, like Papa?
Yeah.
I think he was both like a doctor and like he ran it.
Like an evil doctor.
Like an evil...
Dr. Evil.
Yeah, just an evil doctor.
And, oh my god, this hairspray's in my mouth
Sean, I know, it's making me sick.
Sean Astin.
Is
Yeah, Bilbo Baggins.
there's his name. Caleb McLaughlin. He's the black blanket.
Okay.
Lucas something.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in it. He's in it again.
He's really good. They're all really good. Really good. Very enjoyable. So go check it out. Spoilers or no?
Nah.
I'll screw up.
You probably will. If you do, I'll beep it.
I'll try to beat around the bush when it comes to this stuff.
Yeah, try to be more vague.
Yeah. Because you love it.
I liked it, but there were certain things that I could have gone without.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot, but I seem to be really hung up on thinking that season 2 is just season 1 done over, and you're saying I'm crazy.
Yeah, I think so.
Because I'm going, well, they're dealing with the upside down again, and blah blah blah, and monsters, and blah blah blah.
Well, it's like, what else are they gonna do? You know, because it's not like because it's like the whole part of the ending of like kind of the first season was that, you know, there was unfinished business with the upside down, and
I thought maybe they could, they go out and solve mysteries. Maybe there could be ghosts in this one, or Dracula or something. That'd be neat.
No.
Millie Bobby Brown blasting vampires with her whatever she's got.
No, I don't know. There's something about bringing in that kind of stuff that just doesn't seem... It doesn't make it as grounded as it is so far.
When they brought in the vampires and werewolves in Walking Dead, that's when I kind of tuned out. And when Rick water skied over a shark tank
and ripped the balls off of a werewolf
with his teeth.
His teeth.
Still sick. And I got hairspray.
I'm just tasting that super bitter hairspray, and it's making me
taste it and smell it.
No, I don't. Look at you. See?
Is it hard yet?
Oh no! Oh,
it's black on you. Oh,
yeah.
That's how it starts.
Yeah, that's how it starts.
That's how you get. My forehead's
forehead's
got a little bit of the dark on it.
Smell that. Smell it. Yeah, right.
My hand smells like my mother's hair. Anyways, there's just a lot of crazy stuff that happens, and then it all ends, and it all just...
And then it all crazy stuff. Well, I mean, it's no big surprise that Elle returns. Because she's in the cast.
That's true.
She's in the cast. She's in the trailers.
I didn't know she was called Elle. I just thought she was 11.
Yeah.
Well, is Elle like short for 11?
Yeah, that's established in season 1.
Okay. I wasn't paying attention to season 1, and I really wasn't paying a lot of attention to season 2.
That explains a lot.
And I find the show highly entertaining, but I just have those few problems with it. Like I said, that some of the problems. Well, we can discuss what happens first, I guess, like plot wise. Like, you know, the kids are going along. Some bad stuff from season 1 was happening to Will. The bad stuff that's happening to Will just sort of
spirals out of control.
His mom is
overprotective.
Yeah.
Very overprotective.
Surprisingly, his mom is still a nut job. Like in the first one, it got annoying how crazy the mom is. She toned it down a little bit this time. A little bit. But some of the other characters were spiraling out of control too, in such a way that was getting kind of annoying. Do you kind of agree?
Yeah, like
Elle and Mike.
Elle kind of turned into a brat. Mike was being really sulky the whole time. He didn't have a huge part in season 2. He didn't really do much.
Like sulky?
Mike.
Sulky? What's sulky?
Like sad.
Sulky.
Yeah.
The sheriff kind of hulks out a couple times, goes kind of crazy.
He turns into the Hulk.
Yeah.
Well, he gets so angry, and I'm like, you're getting over angry. I think.
Most of it was because of Elle. That's like the only time
she
got
broke
really.
the windows.
She would have made me crazy.
Exactly. That's why he was so angry.
Yeah, she was becoming almost a dislikable character. She
was for a long time. Yeah, most of the season, I'd say, up until probably episode 7, which is my favorite episode.
Needless to say, there's relationship between her and the sheriff, relationship between her and Mike. So she's with the old guy, she's with the young guy. Very weird because
not that kind of relationship.
Yeah, because what is he, 55? She's 13. They're trying to explain to the town that they're both okay with this. Nobody else is.
They're not breaking any bylaws.
Yeah, they're, love is love, right?
No.
Love is love.
No. You
No,
should
love is
leave
not
now,
love.
Victoria.
Love is not love. It's
Uh,
wrong
what? This is wrong.
in every way.
It's wrong. They introduced 2 new characters.
Jeff Goldblum and
little Jeff Goldblum.
Bobcat Goldthwait.
That would be awesome.
Bobcat as one
If
of the
if they had
meta dog things.
Meta dog.
Whatever you call those things.
Demi dog. I think he calls them. No, they introduce 2 new characters, stepbrother and stepsister.
Oh, I thought you were talking about this stupid
What do you think I'm talking about?
Bilbo-Baggin guy.
No. Oh, Bob is,
Bob the Builder.
He's whatever. He's kind of there.
And I feel bad for that because the guy's a good enough actor, but he seems to always get bit parts. But then again, he's just some chunky turd. Like, wouldn't you say, like, couldn't his role be done by Haley Joel Osment, or is Haley Joel Osment way too fat for that role? Like, they needed a
Kevin
fatty
James.
Yeah, they needed a fatty dullard,
But not too fatty.
not too fatty. But Kevin James would have been perfect because this role was perfect for a person that has zero sense of humor, zero comedic timing. Kevin James.
And his only acting ability is overly jovial.
Yeah, but because Adam Sandler isn't like in charge of this, he's not going to put no talent Kevin James in it.
I really wouldn't want Kevin James in anything anymore.
No, unless it's a casket, like an oversized casket.
Floating down the river. Jeez. Bing, 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 bing. Yeah.
So where were we? We're talking about like this great cast.
2 new characters, Maxine and...
Now, before I get all pervity on us...
Rob Lowe / Robert Downey Jr.
That's another good point, is these characters look exactly like 80s characters.
I think that was intentional, obviously.
The haughty teenage chick looks
Nancy?
like Mia Sara, I think it is. Nancy.
Yeah.
There's a Kevin Bacon character. I don't know what his name is.
Will's brother.
Yeah, Will's brother. That's all they know him as. He doesn't actually have a name. He's just Will's brother.
He goes by Kevin Bacon.
Yeah. Bacon Kevin. Is
Baconator. They call him the Baconator.
The Baconator. Then they got the Rob Lowe /
Robert Downey
Jr.
character.
Downey Jr. character.
Who's just the biggest jerk.
He could be the greatest actor since King Joffrey.
Yeah.
In Game of Thrones, because he's just a hateable jerk. And then his sister, the redhead. Any idea how old she is?
15.
Okay.
I think she's 15.
I'll have to keep my creep.
No, she's 15.
Keep my creep meter down because if my creepometer, 15 is still,
it's close.
Gonna get yourself into trouble.
It's close to the legal age of consent in Canada, apparently. Apparently, it was 14 in Canada.
It was changed not too long ago, actually.
Yeah.
Now we got a cat in here.
We got a cat. There's a lot going on.
Gonna get eaten. Yeah. Yeah. So, and then some crazy people decided they're gonna raise the age of consent instead of cutting it in half.
Jeez.
With the 7. Well, the petition was going around. It's like allow them to just go off and
so in my Bible
multiply. So what happens?
We'll be talking about the characters. Should we talk about how some of the characters kind of look like
It's
gross.
Okay? I know it's gross. It's really gross. It's like,
is it hardening yet, or
it's not even hardening? It's still wet.
Maybe you missed a step. Maybe it's like douse in fire or something.
I don't think I dried it long enough.
I don't think
very shiny and wet.
Yeah, well.
Is it dry fast or not fast?
No, it's not drying. It's never gonna dry.
Do something sometime.
What did you want to compare the characters to? 1980s characters?
80s counterparts, right? Well, you said Nancy looks like what, Mia Sara?
Yeah, from Ferris Bueller.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
That's all you.
I mean.
And the brother kind of looks like.
The brother looks like Kevin Bacon, or her brother. Whose
Will's brother.
He's a Kevin Bacon.
Maxine's brother looks like Rob Lowe / Robert Downey Jr.
Who's that?
Maxine's brother.
Who's Maxine? Oh, Max. Mad Max.
Yes, Mad Max.
Mad Max.
Yeah, and he's a total douche. It's really those older characters that are reminiscent of some of the 80s heartthrobs. The young kids are more like the Goonies kind of.
For more of the kind of high school counterpart of it, though, that's kind of why I think they did that. What about Steve? Nancy's old boyfriend.
Never heard of him.
Big hair, Andrew Garfield.
Oh, him.
Yeah.
Jeez, I totally forgot he was
I
in
know.
it. He's so
Forgettable.
forgettable.
He really is.
He actually is. And I feel bad for him because he seems like a good guy.
He kind of turned into a good guy in the end. Yeah, thank you. For that.
And the chick actually, his girl is actually kind of terrible because she doesn't really care about him. And
she let him on for a long time.
The way she went about it was just really shitty. The way she kind of treated him. What did I say he was like? I can't remember. The big hair. There's some character I said he's like.
Yeah, I don't know. To
some
me,
big hair character.
To me, he looks like Andrew Garfield, but with his face squished.
I guess so. Like a shovelly faced Andrew Garfield or something.
Like if you took Andrew Garfield's head and just kind of like compressed it.
Yeah, I guess. And some of these kids look old. Like you got some like some of them they're just like shaven and like no, some of them aren't they like in their 30s or 40s? Like
Maxine's brother is like I think the actor is 39 or something. A lot of the younger kids they did get young actors for, which is good. I don't know about like Nancy. She's probably like in her 20s or something.
She's got like bags under her eyes, and she's like.
I don't think she is. No, it's not true.
She's cute enough, but she's too much Mia Sarah. Way too much.
How old? I'm looking up.
Maybe one of them is supposed to be a Tom Cruise character. I don't know.
I don't think so.
All I know is that Paul Reiser is Paul Reiser, and
Paul Reiser's Paul.
Nicholas Hoult is always Nicholas Hoult, no matter what I see.
She's only 20.
Yeah, she's cute. She cute.
You're showing it to the computer screen. I can like add the picture in.
Oh yeah.
In post.
You can impose your penis on her picture. So, anyways, we were.
Good God.
Where were we with the plot? Like it's motoring along, and Mike's in trouble, Will's in trouble, they're all in trouble.
They're in trouble.
Do we want to give away what's going on? Probably not too much.
It's basically
the Upside Down's back with a vengeance.
I'll give it super vague. It's basically
super vague.
A giant
giant uterus.
Giant fart cloud.
A giant underground uterus.
A giant fart cloud monster takes over Will's body and is kind of like infecting the real world.
Or is it affecting?
Doesn't matter. Okay. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, what am I gonna put this to text?
Subtitles.
It's affecting the real world.
So it's a giant cloud
it's
monster.
It's a giant fart cloud monster. It's not. It's a little disappointing because it's not what I thought it would be. I thought it would be like an
Bobcat Goldthwait.
An actual giant monster, but it turned out to be a big fart cloud.
A mist.
It's kind of like in the Fantastic Beasts where he used his griffin
fart cloud.
Yeah, stupid. What's his face?
Andrew Garfield.
Ezra Miller. His magic power was to turn into a giant fart cloud.
That's really
right?
Good.
Wasn't he? He had magic. Don't you remember that movie?
I don't remember it.
Okay, that's good. There's a second one coming out apparently.
I was kind of annoyed as well. I'm with you, in that we keep getting introduced to this Upside Down.
Yes.
But I feel so kind of empty. It's like I want to know more about it, and I'm not learning more about it. It's being analyzed, it's being this, it's being that, and it's like I really just want to know more.
Yeah, they have a whole team of scientists, and yet we don't get a single. We don't get a lot of information on it and like what it is and why it's there. Or
it's kind of annoying in a way, and I mean
about it.
Yeah, so now it's like okay, if they do a season 3, if we do a season 3, this is what people are saying is. Professional podcasters don't have like children and cats and all kinds of shit running around, but because you people won't pay us, we have to like do this in like a friggin' kitchen. Anyways, I don't know what I was talking about. All I can say is
season 3, something about
season 3.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're gonna do unless they bring in ghosts and vampires and something else, because. I mean, what are you really going to do? You're going to take us back to the Upside Down, blah, 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 same old stuff. They always need Elle to save the day. How come Lucas can't save the day? How come, Benny or Bob or Juliet or somebody else can't save the day. It's always down to Elle. Elle this, Elle that.
No,
Elle pieces together a lot more of her backstory, I guess.
Yeah, there's a lot more on Elle.
Yeah, we get to learn a lot more about Elle.
Sarah, get out of here.
And then Sarah, get in here. Help us review this.
Get over here. Come review.
Come here and get lost. Come here.
Come review this show you haven't seen before.
Yeah, review this. So some of the things that bother me a little bit about it that I was telling you was like the whole 1980s thing kind of bugs me because these two guys are these Duffer brothers that created it are like a couple of posers. They're like, hey man, we weren't born in the 80s. We don't know anything about the 80s, but we're gonna recreate the 80s. And me, I was part of the 80s. I was like embedded in the 80s.
Yeah, because you're old.
Yeah, and it's like the 80s weren't exactly like that. This is like looking back on the 80s with a kind of nostalgia that wasn't really there. You know, the cool cars, the hairstyle, the clothes. I don't remember it being like that. Cars sucked back then. Well, everything sucked back then. It wasn't good.
A lot of the show.
There's no Applebee's. There was no cell phone.
Applebee's sucks. Show is just an amalgamation of 80s movies and 80s type genres and stereotypes, like the jerk character with the nice
Steve
muscle
Martin?
car. No.
Oh.
That would be funny though.
The jerk Steve Martin in this?
I would enjoy that.
They could have him as a doctor. He would, as a really old doctor.
Play his banjo. Be not funny.
Well, yeah, the jerk guy with the car. It's like, this is like the... What's the word when you like a caricature of like the most obnoxious and just
and he's an 80s caricature of the jerk character, and that's because they're trying to make it like that.
And every 80s movie was like John Cusack on a ski hill, and you got the cool guys like he's like, come on Darsh, stand Darsh, you know. It's like I'm gonna beat you on the ski hill. Darsh.
That's a great episode.
Yeah, and it's like every 80s movie had that. And this also had a montage in it. It had a lot of things you pointed out. There was like an Aliens reference in it, like a big Aliens reference.
An Aliens-esque
Ghostbusters. There was all kinds of great stuff. Terminator. And that's the stuff I kind of enjoyed. Like I enjoyed the dialogue. I enjoyed these references. That was all great. And then they screwed up with like, you know, monsters stuff. Elle seems so out of place as a flower. She's so out of place. Everything is 1980s, but Elle is just weird.
I know she
doesn't belong.
That's her character.
She's just so odd.
That's her character. She is weird. That's the point.
And I'm wondering if the third Stranger Things is going to have the sheriff, I can't remember his name, Hopper? What if Hopper develops lung cancer?
That'd be cool.
He's smoking a lot. I could see him dying off of lung cancer and leaving Elle devastated.
I could see that, yeah.
Because there's something going on there. This guy smokes too much.
This guy smokes a lot.
Yeah.
The mom smokes a lot, too.
Mm-hmm. And she's smoking.
She's smoking a lot of cigarettes. I could see them possibly finding more like Elle, like in this season, where they find another person just like her with.
And we won't say what her number is.
Slightly different.
7.
By even. Okay.
And this girl that they find, her power is to subtly influence people
to go to Arby's.
To go to Harvey's?
I was gonna say Harvey's and Arby's, so I said Harvey's.
Harvey's.
Go to Harvey's.
She subtly. It's like, go to Harvey's.
Secret power is to make you really, really want to go to Wendy's.
Apparently, they all have slightly different powers, and Elle might be the most powerful.
She's a bigger number than the other ones.
Is that what it's all about? The number?
I don't know.
Could there be a 12?
I don't know. Maybe.
Could there be like a Wolverine with claws and stuff? Could be. There could be a whole bunch of them for all we know.
I don't know. Probably. Sure. It's a lot of awkward silence.
Yes, there is. And that's how it all boils down.
That's how it all boils. That's how the cookie crumbles.
That is exactly how it happens.
So it was good. It was good. We just had you had problems with it because
it was gooder for you than it was for me because I just
Gooder.
either I wasn't paying attention, or I didn't understand,
Or both.
or a little bit of both.
It's mostly both.
It's probably both.
It's probably both.
But I was just, like I said, I was just a little bit disappointed by the whole 80s vibe.
I was disappointed how this show set in the 80s was exactly like an 80s movie.
Yeah,
Because that's what it was trying to be, an 80s movie.
But if they had set the movie in the 2000s, they could have used cell phones, which would have saved them a lot of time. If one of them was trapped somewhere like Hooper, he could have pulled out a cell phone.
Hooper!
He could have pulled out a cell phone and said, I'm stuck here. Here's my exact coordinates. Just follow my signal of the GPS. You'll find it.
If he says, I'm stuck here, why would he need to give them the coordinates? I'm stuck here, also here's these useless coordinates because it's the 2000s and GPS technology hasn't really been perfected yet.
It would be great. It'd be great.
No.
Then they'd solve a lot of time. So the Duffer Brothers really screwed up
They could
in picking a genre where the technology just wasn't up to snuff yet.
You know what they could do? They could wait a few years and set it in the 90s.
They said that they're going to have these kids grow up.
Have like 20 seasons. Like Friends.
Because you were mentioning to me earlier that you're interested in seeing Millie grow up.
Millie. Millie Bob Thornton.
What if they try to bring in Millie Vanilli? There's only Millie now, or Vanilli. There's one of them. Millie could be the Millie to the Vanilli.
Is one of them dead?
One of them's dead already. One of the Millie Vanillis died.
Aren't they like? Wait, isn't that the band with the fake? The fake.
One of the fake guys died.
One of the so like.
Millie Bobby Brown and Vanilli.
So-
Millie Vanilli.
So why do we care about the fake ones who can't even sing?
Because they're cool. And they could have Ice-T and Vanilla Ice and Ice Cube and...
Ice-T.
There's a lot of Ice stuff happening in the 90s.
Ice.
I was hoping for a little more kind of the 80s music. A little more 80s music.
The whole thing was 80s music.
Yeah, but not the stuff that I like. Not the mainstream stuff.
Well,
Not the
that's too
mainstream.
bad because that's how they get like their general audience though, is that like you put in the most like popular 80s songs and then people are like, yeah, 80s. That's what I remember.
Man.
You know, like the 80s, you know, Sarah?
You know what
80s
would be
songs?
cool?
No.
Are you shaking this whole thing? You know what would be cool would be...
You were when you were getting mad and pumping your fists like a maniac.
I wasn't pumping anything.
Pumping something. Pumping that stuff into your hair.
It's really... I'm feeling very not good.
You
at the
sprayed
moment.
that stuff, that finisher all over the place, and then I breathed some of it in, and my lungs
shaking
actually
again.
hurt.
Your lungs actually
My
hurt.
lungs hurt. I feel like I've been poisoned.
That's how we got through the 1980s.
Cough up blood every night. Just by doing your hair.
Are you gonna start doing that? Are you gonna take on this regiment?
If you were like
Feel it.
No.
Just touch it. Just touch it a little bit.
Hopefully
Just
that-
one
I'll-
finger.
No.
One finger.
You've already put your head on my arm.
One finger.
No.
One finger.
No.
An ear.
No.
Just an ear.
No.
Will you touch it?
Yeah,
Go
come,
touch it. Just,
come touch.
Just put your hand. You're gonna knock everything down, but just have your hand reach across and touch it.
Touch his hair. It's gross.
Is it good?
Dead spider. What does that feel
That's
like?
rude.
That's it's a little concerning.
Is this our Halloween episode? You
I
gotta
forgot.
You gotta put all this together.
I forgot to say that. It's happy spooky.
Well, you can say that for the intro. for the
Happy
other
spooky.
thing.
Oh, okay. Captain Spoops. Hi. Get
I look forward to seeing David Harbour in the Hell thing.
Health.
I wish I knew more about him because maybe I won't like him. I don't know. I have to get to know these people, see whether I like them
Personally?
or not. On a
You just-
personal level.
I need to personally know David Harbour if he's ever gonna be in a movie ever again.
Well, I don't like the fact that some of these actors just show up. Like, I don't like that. Like, Millie Bobby Brown, she's awesome. She's young.
She just showed up.
And, you know, in 30 years from now, I can look back and...
Okay, I'm looking up David Harbour's
I can look back and I can say...
filmography.
And I can say, oh, Millie Bobby Brown, I remember her 30 years ago in this.
Okay.
But David Harbour just shows up. I don't like that.
He was in Brokeback Mountain. He was in War of the Worlds. Yeah, very gay. He was in War of the Worlds.
Gay!
As a dock worker. Quantum of Solace.
Gay!
No, that was the worst Bond movie though.
Or best.
Worst. Very, very bad. State of Play.
Gay!
Every day.
Gay!
More like every gay. Oh, the Green Hornet. That was awful.
The Gay Hornet? What was he in there?
He was D.A. Frank Scanlon.
Ugh, come on,
end,
pick better roles.
End of Watch.
Gay!
End of Watch. Was that the one with Ben Stiller?
Gucci Pie!
Stop,
Gucci
please.
Pie!
No, that was not the... No, oh! It's with, Jake Gyllenhaal and Michael Pena. Anna Kendrick. Apparently this movie was good. David Ayer.
I don't know what you're talking about.
End of Watch.
Okay, something else. Knife Fight.
Knife Fight.
Gay!
Snitch. Parkland.
Gay!
A Walk...
Throw that in my mouth.
A Walk Among the Tombstones.
Gay.
The Equalizer.
That was a good movie.
That was a good movie.
Good.
Black Mass. That was also a good movie.
Gay.
No, that was a good movie. Suicide Squad.
Gay!
And then he's Sleepless.
Gay.
He's gonna be in the new Hellboy.
Gay.
He was on Law and Order.
Gay.
A
Stop
lot
that.
of Law and Order.
Gay. Nobody likes Law and Order.
Yeah, and that's about it. Yeah,
Wow.
so
he hasn't done anything. He's useless.
He has. He's been in a few
Pile of crap.
movies.
Not like Millie Bobby Brown. She's
She
awesome.
hasn't been in anything other than Stranger Things, I think.
She's amazing. Winona Ryder has had a massive career.
Yeah, she's a lot older than she looks.
She's like 73.
She's not 73.
God, she's old.
She's like 50
She looks
something.
like a pixie.
She looks like a pixie.
She's like a pixie. You should see old picture of Winona Ryder. She's a pixie.
I know. She looks like the lead singer of the Cranberries. Dolores.
Crampberries.
Crapberries. The internet here has been like...
Dolores?
Yeah, Dolores O'Riordan. The internet here isn't working for me.
Yeah, nobody cares. Anyways.
Alright, I wanted to look at... Okay, well...
And Wolf Finhard. So the one thing we haven't mentioned is Wolf Finhard is also an It,
Oh,
which I believe we reviewed as well.
She's only a year older than you. She's 46.
A year older than me?
Yeah. That's a perfect... See?
I can't do that to
She-
anybody under a certain age.
She's married? She's married, maybe?
We forgot to mention how much we love that kid with no teeth. Josh Lucas or whatever his name is.
Gatton
Gatling gun.
Matarazzo.
He's
good.
He steals a lot of the scenes he's in. There's some great scenes with him in it.
They use him a lot more.
He's a lot of fun.
He's a lot more of a comedic presence.
He does something really stupid in this, but it turns out to be kind of funny.
All of them do kind of stupid, kiddish things.
That's true. That's true. He's hilarious. It's just that, the one thing that about the 1980s that is really difficult for me to deal with is the lack of technology. No cell phones, no computers. You know what?
No computers?
There was nothing back then.
No computers?
There was nothing. There was like the cars were very basic. There wasn't air flight. There was no radio, no TV.
Well, this sounds perfect for a basic person like such as yourself.
It was like the Outback Steakhouse. It was like just awful.
Okay.
It was terrible. 1980s had nothing.
Nothing
to offer you.
So you're saying that people are way too nostalgic over a time period that really wasn't as good as they think it was.
It wasn't for me. I was abused sexually lots
by the 80s.
By the 80s and the Duffer Brothers. It was time has a way of
making you old.
of taking something like a turd and polishing it up and making it pretty, and then they label it nostalgic.
Yeah. So.
It was a turd. It was a turd for me.
Turd burglar.
I asked a lot of girls out in the 80s, and a lot of them turned me down.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I hated the 80s.
I'm sorry to hear that.
You girls know who you are. And now that I'm a famous YouTuber, look at this.
Famous YouTuber.
Yeah.
Gucci Pie.
Gucci Pie. Ooh.
Are you throwing things at him? What is that?
So that's Stranger Things.
That season 2.
I give it to 2 pies out of 8 pies. I don't know.
two pies out of 8 pies.
I hope that they take it in a different direction. Maybe maybe freshen up the cast, change up the cast, get that old David Harbour, worn out old man out of there. You know, maybe they should do like a pre 11-11, like maybe do a backstory, or they could do backstories on each of the kids, like a backstory of Will and a backstory of Terry, whatever his name is, Mike.
Terry Crews.
They could do like an entire season, which is just like Gavin McHattie or whatever his name is.
Gavin McAllister.
Yeah, do his whole backstory. Do the Paul Reiser's backstory.
Are you talking about Lucas, the black kid?
Yeah, do his backstory.
Why? No one wants... There's no backstory.
Well, they had a life prior to this.
They explain that in the first season. They
But
explain.
not very
They
good.
explain how they all become friends.
But how about the chick? What happened to her husband?
What chick? What husband? Oh,
The
her?
Winona Ryder.
I'm pretty sure they explain that. All it is that you...
But I would like to see the backstory. Like I would
wouldn't.
like them
That's
to
boring.
I would like them to go from the kid's birth to the age they are right now.
No, that's boring.
Maybe for
That's
some.
yeah. Well, not all of us can be Marvel
There
Studios.
would be no supernatural stuff. It
Okay.
would just be them living
Well, first
their
of all,
lives.
it's not supernatural. It's very much grounded in scientific concepts.
It's upside down.
Yes.
Really?
Well, it's a
Is it
dimension.
really an upside down?
No, but it's a concept that's probably possible.
I don't know about that.
All right. Well, if you want the series to be stupid and no one to like it, I guess they can go in your direction. But I liked it.
I would like for James Gunn to take over. Or no, J.J. Abrams. Do the backstory, J.J.
Oh yeah, he's just great. No, I
Do
don't.
all their backstories. Could you imagine that? Stranger Things Will. Stranger Things Terry.
Oh, so-
Stranger Things...
So what Marvel Netflix did?
Yes. Stranger Things Iron Fist.
It's,
They could have a young Iron Fist, like a
where
little boy.
where it
with a-
started out really good, and then it progressively got worse and worse and worse to the point where no one cared about.
They should just exploit the crap out of this.
No one cared
David
about
Harbour's backstory.
No one cared about the Defenders. No one wants the backstory.
I have cancer now.
I would. If
Me too.
Shut up. If we would go with your concept of what was going on, like new cast, you know, they could go with like a completely new cast, new concept, like
27 years later.
27 years later.
Into the future. Into the past.
No, I'm
They
saying
could find a time machine. I'm sorry.
no. What I'm saying is, perhaps a different time period, different cast of kids, kind of.
The medieval times, for instance.
I was thinking like 70s or 60s
Oh.
or even 90s.
Could you imagine Mike and Will in them, and the guy no teeth in the medieval times? And
Forsooth.
Forsooth?
They pull out like a little dagger. Like no, like I'm talking about
So
like
the same kids
no,
just put the,
no, different cast.
different
Cast, different kind of like mystery, like a monster mystery, kind of like an X-Files kind of thing, like a different mystery every well, not maybe not every episode,
I
but every
see.
season, kind of like what's that stupid
Well, that's
show?
X-Files.
American Horror Story.
That's what I thought
Kinda like
Stranger
that.
Things was.
No.
I thought Stranger Things was each episode was a different story. In
Really?
season 1, I was like 7 episodes into it before I realized they're just continuing the thing. Because I'd start
You're
watching.
shaking the whole.
I would start watching, and I would think that, okay, this is going to be something new. And I'm like, those kids look familiar. This seems familiar. And it wouldn't make any sense because I'd be on the 5th episode, and I couldn't understand any of it. So you're right. But I think what they should do is they should do a different time period, same actors, but different roles. David Harbour could be one of the children. And one of the children could be the sheriff of Nottingham.
Hello, fellow children. I'm the sheriff. I mean, Caleb.
Could you
No.
imagine? Because that's what they do in American Horror Stories. They keep the actors, but they change them around.
No, I would rather just a different cast.
Oh.
If they did that, which I don't want them to do that. I want them to continue it, unless it gets kind of boring and stale, and the Duffer Brothers go, well, we have nowhere else to go with the series, so let's.
Or Elle starts to develop, and all the old men lose interest because they like the young girls.
The old man. Jeez. Okay. Sarah.
Bring in Jennifer Fox. Whatever
What
her
the
name
hell
is.
is Jennifer Fox?
The one from Transformers.
Yeah, Jennifer Connelly. You mean Megan Fox?
Yeah.
I don't like her. She's a bad actress.
She could be 11.
Cough, cough, Weinstein effect.
She could be 11 like 27 years later.
2017.
Like, 11. Right?
No. Oh, the whispering of the dead.
The horse whisperer.
Yeah, no, that's You're
I'm sorry.
I liked it. A few problems with it, but other than that, I thought it was a good continuation of season 1.
These Duffer Brothers better iron out this shit.
I just hope that they. I just hope that they do more with the Upside Down in this one. Maybe explain it a bit more, and don't touch me with your hair. Oh. That's right, Duffer Brothers. Don't touch me with your hair, and maybe make a cooler, different monster, because all they did with this one was take the old one's face and put it on a dog body. That's
what?
The old monster in the first one. It was a big thing, and it had the predator face that opened up like a plant. And all they did was take its face and put it on a dog body, and then they were like, "That's the monster."
Didn't they put like a rubber mask on a dog and just have it run around?
And then they beat it. No, I don't know. That was all CGI, man.
You know, you got a good point there, because these. I hate a show where the ultimate bad guy is some giant CGI thing, and this was like a fart monster.
That was the first season.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I liked it. I liked the monster.
I like it more psychological. Like I like when the monster. I like when the monster is the person. It's like
no.
It's like Elle has to battle the monster inside of her.
No. Because that's how you lose people. Because you hype up the show like there's a monster, and then when people see it and there's no monster, they go, "This show is the worst thing ever."
What they should have done is they should have had the kids living in a village that was far separated from the rest of society.
It sounds like The Village.
It's not The Village.
By M. Night Shyamalan.
Not at all. Not at all.
Why are we talking about The Village?
We're not. I'm telling you about the concept.
For The Village.
No. And the children don't know anything about the modern world. And the adults are trying to protect them from it.
This is sounding a lot like
It's not. And they're telling them that there's the Upside Down and there's monsters out there. Do not go out there.
Okay.
Elle has a special power of sight. She's able to see beyond the wall.
Oh, I thought you meant everyone was blind and she's able to see.
Yes, that would be the other part. Everyone in the village is blind. Elle is pretending to be blind. But she can see a highway right there with the cars going by.
This sounds like The Village.
It's absolutely not like The Village.
Where the big twist is that it was all modern day.
Yeah, that's mine. It's all modern day.
Yeah, so it's The Village.
No. I had that idea first.
The movie came out like 10 years ago, probably.
I think the Duffer Brothers could do something with that.
I hope they don't. I hope they don't.
There you go, Duffer Brothers.
There you go.
Call me. I know the 80s, dude.
Perhaps
a
new monster that isn't giant fart cloud.
It isn't shitty. Come on, you guys. Think outside the box, you guys. There's a box. You know what? Don't even think outside of the box. Don't even think that there's a box. Just do it.
It's a trapezoid.
Just do it. Do the 70s. Do the medieval times.
No, maybe not.
Find a DeLorean. There's got to be Back to the Future at some point in this. This is stupid, guys.
I'm sure they'll be like, the science people made a time machine.
Why can't they get Lloyd Bridges in it? The guy that's Doc Brown.
Lloyd Bridges? Is that his name?
I don't know. Lloyd somebody. Lloyd Dobler.
Lloyd Floyd?
Yeah. He's still alive. He could have been the Doc.
Isn't he
could have been Doc Brown.
Isn't he 100 years old?
He's really old. But he could be Doc Brown.
Yeah.
And you could have had Michael J. Fox. Michael J. Fox could have been the boyfriend of the mother.
The really shaky boy.
Yeah. Yeah. He's trying to shoot it and he can't. I don't know where this thing is. You know? And he
just feel sad.
Yeah. He feels sad.
Yeah, no kidding. He's got what, like Parkinson's?
I hope they can fix that shit. Maybe they can. Maybe they can shoot some stem cells up his.
I thought you were gonna say that maybe they can shoot him. They can put him down. I'm like, oh,
that's an option.
It's not fixing it.
But I think they can fix him. They'll fix him in time for another Back to the Future.
I think he'll be dead by then.
I hope not.
I think he'll die, and then maybe at some point we'll find a cure, and then pharmaceuticals will hide.
We could harvest it from his corpse. Maybe.
We'll
maybe
harvest
he
what?
is.
Stem cells from his corpse?
Maybe he is the cure for the rest of the
And we
people.
have to eat him?
Maybe.
Fuck, that's...
Pass that Michael J. Fox.
Alright, Stranger Things 2, that was good.
Right. Yeah,
it was a good show.
It was good.
It was a great,
Go watch it.
good show.
Go watch it now.
Stupid,
Oh, this is not even recording. Just kidding.
stupid tangent.
Are we stopping?
Yes.
All right.